So what if you could get all the features of a really high-end dive watch? I'm talking sapphire crystal, a ceramic bezel, serious water resistance for the price of, a basic fashion watch. Well, today we're going to take a look at the WatchDives WD1968, a watch that's trying to do exactly that. Let's see if it pulls it off. Okay, let's get right into it. The main promise here is a feature-packed automatic dive watch for under $250. Now, in the watch world, that is a very bold claim. So the question is, how do they do it, and what are you actually getting for your money? All right, first up, let's cover the essentials. Let's get a real feel for the watch itself, what it's made of, its design, and just how it looks and feels. So what we're looking at here is a modern tool watch. It's got this really distinct kind of angular case design that gives it a super robust, purpose-built vibe. The whole case is made from 316L stainless steel, which is pretty much the industry standard for tough, corrosion-resistant watches. This one here has this beautiful sunburst blue dial, but it also comes in black and gray, and you can get it with either a genuine leather strap or a more practical rubber one. But hey, a dive watch needs a lot more than just good looks, right? So what makes the WD1968 a legit diver and not just some dive-style watch? Let's get into the features that really give it its underwater cred. And here is the headline number 300 meters of water resistance. Now, to put that in perspective, that's nearly 1,000 feet. This isn't just for, a quick dip in the pool. This is a rating that's good enough for serious recreational diving, including scuba. It's a huge spec that proves this watch is really built to perform under pressure. Now let's talk about the bezel. It's a 90-click bidirectional bezel, and that's actually an interesting choice. Most dive watches use a unidirectional bezel for safety when you're timing your oxygen. A bidirectional one gives you a bit more flexibility for timing everyday things, like a parking meter. But the really crucial spec here is the material. The insert is ceramic, it's incredibly scratch-resistant, and it's fully lumed, which means all the markings glow in the dark. That's a truly premium feature at this kind of price. And check this out. Here's a feature that tells you this watch has some serious professional ambitions, a helium escape valve. Now, this is a highly specialized tool for saturation divers, people who spend a long time in pressurized chambers. Well, let's be honest, most of us are never going to need it. The fact that it's even included is a statement. It shows this watch was designed to meet some pretty demanding professional standards. A tough exterior is great and all, but a watch is nothing without its engine. So let's pop the hood and look at the heart of the watch, the movement. So inside the WD1968, we've got a PT5000 series automatic movement. This means it's a mechanical watch that winds itself just from the motion of your wrist. No batteries necessary. The PT5000 is a really popular and trusted workhorse movement that you see a lot in micro-brand watches, and it's known for being super reliable. And you actually get a choice, depending on what you like. You can go for the PT5004 movement, which gives you that clean, symmetrical, no-date dial that a lot of watch purists really love. Or if you value that everyday practicality, you can choose the PT5000, which includes the date window. We've talked about the function, so now let's talk form. How do all the materials and the dimensions come together to define how this watch actually looks and feels on the wrist? The spec sheet just keeps on impressing, really. The crystal isn't glass, it's sapphire, which is second only to diamond in hardness. That means you'd have a really hard time scratching this thing, even if you tried. That's peace of mind you just don't get for under $250. It also has 3 layers of anti-reflective coating for a super clear view of the dial. And for seeing in the dark, it uses Swiss Super Luminova for a bright blue glow. And of course, a solid screw-down caseback locks it all down tight to guarantee that 300-meter water resistance. Okay, let's talk about how this watch actually wears. The bezel is just under 40 millimeters, but the real magic number here is the lug-to-lug distance, just 42 millimeters. That's a pretty compact measurement, and it means the watch will sit comfortably on a huge variety of wrist sizes without hanging over the sides. The 20-millimeter lug width is also a standard size, so it's super easy to find other straps if you want to change up the look. And here's what all those numbers look like on an actual wrist. You can see it has a strong, modern presence, but that short lug-to-lug length keeps it feeling really balanced and wearable. It's definitely bold, but it's not overwhelming. Okay, so let's just recap for a second. We've got an automatic movement, 300 meters of water resistance, a sapphire crystal, and a ceramic bezel. So now for the most important question of all. What does all of this actually cost? The standard retail price for the WatchDives WD1968 is $249.99. Honestly, for a watch with these kinds of specs, that is already an extremely competitive price. But it gets even better. According to the source, there's a special launch promotion that you are definitely going to want to know about. There's an early bird offer that gives you an automatic $35 discount right there at checkout. That brings the final price down to just $214.99, which is, well, it's frankly remarkable. So let's just put that final price into perspective one more time. You're getting a self-winding automatic watch, professional-level water resistance, a sapphire crystal, a ceramic bezel, a helium escape valve, and it's all backed by a 3-year warranty. That is just an incredible amount of watch for the money. And that leaves us with one final big question. When a watch brings this level of professional specs, materials and features you usually find on watches that cost way, way more, down to a price that's this accessible, does it kind of force us to rethink what good value really means in the watch world? It is definitely something to think about.